Another Marvel billionaire that inherited much of his fortune, Norman Osborn, is a wealthy industrialist for much of his history. The son of industrialist Amberson Osborn, Norman was abused by his father and sought to exceed him in every respect. Over the coming years he developed the dual identity of the Green Goblin, all the while building his empire, Oscorp. Not only does Namor rule the world's oceans, thereby claiming two-thirds of the planet's resources, he has also dabbled in corporate America as the owner of Oracle Inc. While Namor isn't keen to exploit the various fossil fuels he technically owns, the oceans still grant him a vast fortune. Thousands of years of shipwrecks mean he has billions in gold and other treasures to hand. He also has the resources of Atlantis itself. Atlantis is, like Attilan, a technologically advanced society. Adrian Veidt, otherwise known as Ozymandias, the bad guy from Watchmen, is one of the richest superheroes in history. He has Bruce Wayne-style power and fortune, but takes it one step further than Bruce Wayne. His questionable morals give him the financial edge on Bruce Wayne, as Wayne runs an honest business. Veidt kills people and sells toys of himself. Much like Stark, Green Arrow, otherwise known as Oliver Queen, inherited the company that made him rich from his parents shortly after their untimely death and decided to become a superhero with the money the company was bringing in. Definitely the worst businessman on this list, Queen let his fortune get away from him after a while, as he started running the company out of obligation and took up being a vigilante due to his empathy for the working people of the world. Owner of Wayne Enterprises, billionaire Bruce Wayne is the richest self-made superhero on this list. Sure, Strange earned his powers, but someone had to give them to him. Bruce Wayne took billions of dollars as an orphan and turned himself into one of the most powerful superheroes in comic books. Batman is easily among the smartest characters in comic books. With this intelligence, he runs Wayne Enterprises, a multi-billion-dollar international company, and somehow still has enough time to be Batman and get all those crazy gadgets he needs. Owner of LexCorp, Lex Luthor is one of the most ruthless and morally despicable characters in the DC universe. Needless to say, he's rich as hell. LexCorp is one of the most successful multinational corporations in the DC universe, which says a lot, considering the insane stuff that every single one of these characters buys with their money. Giant robots, endless research, mountains of cover-up money, enough money to fund his own campaign for the presidency of the United States, and most of all, enough money to really do little else but try and kill Superman all the time. LexCorp brings in billions for Luthor. Like many others, Tony Stark inherited much of his fortune. His adoptive father, Howard Stark, was an industrialist and inventor making several fortunes in heavy engineering, aerospace, military contracts and various other fields. Tony, upon taking over the family business, increased the scope of the company very quickly. His genius, both in technology and business, took Stark to the very top of the business world. While inspecting a facility on foreign soil, or Afghanistan in more contemporary stories, he was wounded and forced to develop a chest plate to keep him alive. Forced to build weapons, he instead built his first Iron Man armored suit. From there, he began to develop more and more sophisticated devices, often reverse engineering them to develop consumer technologies. His only limit is his imagination, and so far his imagination is utterly without limits. Wilson Fisk is utterly ruthless in everything he does. In his guise as a wealthy businessman, he has amassed a legitimate fortune in industry, tech, biomedicine, and real estate. As the kingpin of crime, he has made a fortune that dwarfs that. He has his fat fingers in everything from petty street crime, gambling, gun running, and extortion. Despite being publicly disgraced, his fortune is more or less intact. He has money in hidden accounts around the world and could live quietly on a private island for the rest of his life. Given his drive for more power, however, that remains a massive improbability. The genius of Reed Richards, the ambition of Tony Stark, but without the ethics of either. His wealth comes in part from this, but largely due to his ownership of all the assets of a small country. As ruler of Latveria, Victor von Doom is sitting on a fortune in art, real estate, and other assets. While not having the resources of a vast corporate empire, Victor von Doom has the total GDP of a country the size of Serbia at his disposal. If Tony Stark is a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, Chala is all that and more. Besides being a legendary warrior, equal to Captain America, he is the king of Wakanda, an African nation of incredible wealth. The secret of Wakanda's wealth lies in their vast vibranium reserves. The giant mountain of vibranium is worth countless trillions as it is the most versatile and expensive substance on Earth. Besides being the king of the nation, he is one of the smartest men on the planet. Should he wish to, he could probably conquer the whole world.